Wax your balls.
You wax your balls.
And prepare to get the crap kicked out of you because we have the worst wedding anniversary ever. Yes, Black Mirror is back with a surprisingly happy ending.
Mind if I finish myself off?
In this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into Striking Viper's ending, as well as some of the episode's Easter eggs, so if you want to jump right to the Easter eggs, I've left a timestamp in the description. At its core, Striking Vipers is the story of Danny, a middle-aged family man who must come to terms with his own sexuality. At the beginning of the episode, he's filled with passion, role-playing with his girlfriend at the bar and having sex with her on the counter of their bathroom. Their relationship is strong, and you can tell these two are deeply into each other. It's not until 11 years later that Danny's perfect life isn't all it's cracked up to be. Even though he has the American dream, a house in the suburbs, doting wife and child, he still longs for something more, staring at multiple women like the one at his birthday party and another from across the street. The passion that Danny and Theo used to have is gone, and part of him still yearns for that. Their sex life today is mechanical, timed out on an app and regulated to increase their chances of having another baby. Theo calls Danny out on this, saying,
"You don't touch me anymore.
Theo.
You don't even kiss me."
Not to mention how many times Danny uses the "I'm too tired" excuse to avoid having sex with his wife. This has an adverse effect on Theo, who questions if she's good enough. She checks her body out in the mirror as if trying to see what's wrong with her. She herself looks at others making out, remembering when she used to be like that. But unlike Danny, Theo doesn't give in to these temptations, even when she's approached at the bar by another man. As she later tells Danny, partnerships are about commitment, and you need to make sacrifices in order for it to work. Which leads us to Danny and Carl. Carl gets Danny for his birthday an immersive new video game called Striking Vipers, in which each player is brought into the game using state-of-the-art VR technology. At first, Danny loves this. His knee, which he damaged years ago, isn't a problem here. The same can't be said with his feelings for Carl. Striking Vipers is also a metaphor for Danny and Carl's desires, which is contrasted with Tetris. Whereas Tetris is cookie cutter and Carl calls it boring, having to fit pieces into a set box, Striking Vipers is exciting, sexy, and raw. This acts as a juxtaposition between Danny's real world and fantasy world. Over the next few months, the two men continue their affair, which only causes more damage to Danny and Theo's relationship. Danny even forgets about his wedding anniversary. As Theo says about Danny,
You shrivel away. You go inside, leave me on the outside.
Danny has now quenched his desire for passion at the expense of his relationship with Theo, and things continue to get worse as Carl and Danny fall deeper in love with each other. The same is true with Carl and his relationship with Mariella. The first scene with the two of them sets up that they probably aren't meant for each other. I mean, come on, she doesn't even know who Dennis Rodman is. Later on in the episode, Carl can't even get it up when he's with her. He's in love with Danny, which begs the question, is it cheating? When Danny tells Carl he can no longer see him, Carl tries to convince him it's not, saying it's no different than watching porn. But Danny doesn't really buy it, and I don't either. When Carl tries to get Danny back, he tells him how he experimented with other people in the game, even other people who played the same avatar as him, Lance. For Carl, it wasn't the character he was attracted to, it was the man behind it, Danny. And the same can also be said for Danny. He sends a message to Carl with the X kiss symbol, and he's the one to suggest they kiss at the end to see if what they have is real. If Danny was just into it because he was attracted to the character of Roxette, he would never have done those things. Danny and Carl fight it out, which is pretty much two dudes releasing months of sexual frustration. They have in essence become Striking Vipers, only this time they're not fighting in a game world. Danny is picked up by Theo at the police station and questioned in the car about what exactly is going on between him and Carl, before it cuts to black and we fast forward to Danny's 40th birthday. Remember at the beginning we were celebrating Danny's 38th, so some time has passed. Now we never really know what Danny told Theo, but the next few scenes suggest that he told her the truth and have since come to an agreement. For his birthday, Danny can fulfill his online fun with Carl without any of the secrets and hurt, while Theo can hook up with randoms at the bar. They both exchange symbols of this new trust. Theo gives Danny his VR set, and Danny gives her her wedding box so that she'll have somewhere to put her ring when she goes out to the bar. They both tell each other that they have to give it back in the morning. morning. Now, it's uncertain whether this is just for Danny's birthday or if this is a monthly thing, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Although this episode deals a lot with sexuality, it's really about honesty and communication and how other relationships are hurt by not being open about how we truly feel. It's only when Danny is fully honest with Theo that their relationship can heal and they can once again be passionate with each other. And now on to the fun part, where we pick apart some of the Black Mirror Easter eggs found in this episode. Striking Vipers is directed by Owen Harris, who previously directed Black Mirror episodes Be Right Back and San Junipero. And there are quite a few nods to San Junipero in this episode. For example, the company that makes the VR set is TCKR, the same company responsible for uploading people's consciousness to the cloud in San Junipero. The VR set also looks similar to those used in that episode as well. TCKR, although not confirmed, is likely an offshoot of Bandersnatch's Tuckersaw, founded by Mohan Tucker. Tucker is also seen as trending in the next episode Smithereens along with Saito Gemu, which is the company that makes Striking Vipers. Speaking of Striking Vipers, we have two versions of the game. The original, which Carl and Danny play at the beginning, and Striking Vipers X, or the Roman numeral for 10, which takes place 11 years later, so it's safe to assume there have been at least 10 different versions of this game, one for each year that has passed since the boys first started playing. In the game, we get a reference to Tundra, a white bear just like the episode titled White Bear, and a level called Saito Helipad, which Carl and Danny appear on in the last shot of the episode. You'll also notice as the camera zooms out the image of Striking Vipers on the side of the building. Danny also gets a gift of Lacey chocolate, Lacey the main character from Nosedive. And is it just me, or does this character here look a bit like the Bandersnatch monster? Alright guys, not a lot of whole Easter eggs in this episode, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and you can reach out to me on Twitter at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.